Hey friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside, and this week's nursery tour, we've got some fun things to share with you. I am going to go through and share with you some great ideas that you can use as like gift ideas for the gardener in your life, because our kiddos have actually started a Christmas countdown here at the nursery, and they have a little countdown. So every day we're open, they say X number of days till Christmas, because it is going to be here before we know it. And I know sometimes it can be really challenging buying gifts for certain people, right? Like, especially like, you know, my mom, my parents, because it's like they seem like they, you know, if they need something, they go and get it. What is it something that they maybe would not buy for themselves, or they don't know that they need? Those kinds of things. So we're going to share with you some great ideas here at the nursery that we have for you to come shop for the next 2 weekends before we close, and to give you ideas. And then I want you to stay tuned, because last week, of course, Jerry filled in for me while Emily and I were doing some college visits, and he did the nursery tour with Megan filming, and y'all absolutely loved him as much as I do. So I'm going to do the Christmas gift ideas, and then he's going to come in and go through and do show you some great plants that he did not talk about last week and that came in. So stay tuned. You get Jenny in the beginning and you got Jerry at the end. Lots of fun things. We are standing out here, of course, behind the backside of the barn. One of our most popular products, not only as a gift idea, but with gardeners, are the AquaPots from Proven Winners. You can see them, they're all behind me, but we got in a pallet maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago. And this particular color is peacock. It is the quilted, you know, design, because it has that raised diamonds on it. And it is the peacock color. As soon as I saw this, I loved it. It is like a really kind of a deep, rich blue to it. Just stunning, very classic. Your plants are all going to pop off of this. So no matter what kind of color your plants are going to be that you choose to put in your AquaPots, then this color will really highlight them. Of course, AquaPots are the self-watering containers from Proven Winners, teamed up with Michael Carr, who is the artist who actually designs the pottery. These are hand-glazed ceramic pottery that are stunning, extremely high quality, will last you years upon years upon years. We have used them for many years here at the nursery. This particular color, though, is new for us. We also have in that palette, this is eggplant. Now, eggplant is really interesting because depending on the piece that you're looking at, you will have browns, you will have purples, you will have a little bit of blue, a lot of different color variation in it as well. Really fun, and this is that same kind of that diamond quilted pattern to it. We do have them upside down when they're outside because, of course, they are self-watering containers, and if they were upright, like we just got a bunch of rain yesterday, they would be filled with water. So that's why we have them upside down. But we have the matte black. The antique lily leaf is a really popular color. Again, very classic, kind of that creamy white with a little bit of a terracotta look to it. Really, really nice. So AquaPots are wonderful, especially if you have somebody in your life, maybe mobility is an issue, maybe they they're in an apartment, so space is an issue, a small area that they can't get out there, you know, every single day, especially in the summertime, maybe even twice a day to water their plants, but they really enjoy plants and seeing those things. AquaPots would be great because you can put it out, and if you're going to go visit them, say once a week, when you go, you can just top off their AquaPot, and you're not going to have to worry about the plants that you've planted for them, you know, that they're dying. So AquaPots are great, versatile, self-watering containers of all stages of life, whether it's a mobility issue, or you're just busy, or you've got 10,000 different containers and you can't get them all watered. AquaPots are a great solution to that problem. Now, we are running some specials for the next, because we're going to be open for next 2 weeks, right? Our last day is Saturday, November the 19th. Then we will close for the 2022 season. And we are running some specials here at the nursery. Compost, land and seed compost. This is just a wonderful product. We use it everywhere. We use it in the landscape. I use it in my containers. I use it to top dress. Just a fantastic amendment for your soil that your plants just respond to. So wonderful. So the land and seed is on sale for $12.99 a bag, as is the Proven Winners potting soil. This potting soil is the only potting soil that I use because it just does an amazing job here. We will get a lot of rain and then it's kind of dry back and forth. So I need a soil that really does, it holds the water, but it doesn't become an absolute sponge and holds onto it for a really long time. Proven Winners potting soil, it's the only one I use. It too is on sale for $12.99. So come and stock up on those soils and the compost, because we've had many people come and they're buying 30 bags at a time, 40 bags at a time with that compost. That way they know that that's going to get them through, the fall, winter, into spring. It's a great deal. Go ahead and stock up. As long as you keep it kind of out of major, rain, it's fine in the bags, right? So in a garage or a shed, it'll do great. Now, another idea for Christmas gifts, you know how much I do love these birdhouses from Heartwood. This is a family company out of Star, Mississippi, and they make beautiful functional birdhouses and butterfly houses, lots of other things too, made out of cypress and cedar. Copper accents on a lot of those. They are meant to be outside. The birds love them. I have the French villa in the backyard, and within 24 hours of me putting this up, I had a pair of bluebirds living in it. So they really do use these birdhouses. Great option. Come by, come see us, and grab a birdhouse. Now, of course, we can't talk gifts and not talk about Unique Stone. Unique Stone is a North Carolina company. They are in Rockingham, North Carolina. They make gorgeous ceramic-based containers, statuaries, garden art, urns, pedestals, all sorts of wonderful things that are historically based. So some things are exact replicas of a historical piece. Others are inspired, right? So there is a Biltmore line that they have. There's a Biltmore line, and then there's a historic Charleston line. Some of those, like the Charleston, this is the Charleston Basket Boy. And so this is inspired from the architecture in Charleston. If I'm not mistaken, this is based off of a Greek inspired, because in Charleston they have a lot of Greek inspired architecture and things like that. So you have a little boy wearing a toga. This is the Basket Boy, so this is actually a planter. All of their planters do come with drain holes. So the Basket Boy, you can put, oh my gosh, succulents would be gorgeous in this. If you had it in the shade, you could do a euchera, you could do like a petite hosta, lots of fun things. Pineapples, we have multiples of we have these pineapples with the rope on our back porch. Again, Charleston, for us in the South, pineapples are synonymous with hospitality. So we have a lot of pineapples that just kind of show Southern hospitality. One of my favorites is this precious. This is the garden gnome. So stinking cute. And the thing is about the Unique Stone is they are stout. They are not wimpy pieces. So Mr. Garden Gnome is not going to blow over, neither is the pineapples. I mean, they are stout. Some great ideas, some great gifts are the little shroomies. The shroomies are always so incredibly popular. I never knew that mushrooms could have personalities, but these three guys certainly do. We sell them as a set of 3. They are perfect. They are lightweight. You can easily pick these up. You could separate them if you wanted to in your garden and put them in different places. I love those. The Ashley River Angel, if this doesn't get sold, it will end up in my yard in 2 weeks plus a day. So, you know, I say don't come buy it because I want it in my yard, but Jerry says he wants you to come buy it so it ends up in your yard and not our yard. But I digress. Cute little, of course, the owls, and then the urns. I mean, there are urns of all shapes and sizes, tons of different ones. We have the Georgian terrace urn. We have the Roman urn. Some of them are nice and small and can be moved around a little bit easier than others. Then of course you've got the ones that are nice and stout and hefty. There are troughs. I have, this is the, oh, I can't remember what the name of this one is. It's gonna drive me crazy. I have it in the backyard. Containers, lots of fun, but Unique Stone is wonderful products because, like this bird bath, beautiful. You can leave them out year round. You can leave your bird baths out year round, even though they may get water in them and they, you know, may, in the freezing temperatures, they can handle it. It is not a problem. Really beautiful. Then of course you can come and get the really big statement pieces. These are just gorgeous, stunning, stunning pieces. Whether it's the jumbo jardiniers or the, this was the Savannah planter, I believe. It's actually two pieces that go together, would make an absolute statement piece. But the Unique Stone can stay out year round. It comes in 6 different shades, stains, like we have over here, the more of the basket boys in different colors. So lots of options for you to come and shop. Give great gift ideas. If you come and get a Unique Stone, go ahead and buy a bag of potting soil, grab a flat of pansies or violas, get it planted up for them. It can be an early Christmas gift. It'd be great. I think Jerry's going to share with you, we've got some more plant specials this week until we close this week and next week. So he's going to share those with you, and he's going to give you some ideas for some other plants in your garden. So without further ado, what's that? Jenny's done. It's now Jerry's turn. So here is Jerry.
Hey guys, it's Jerry. I'm back. Hey, so we're gonna run in here real quick. We want to hit those specials real quick that Jenny just talked about. We've got the violas, the mums, and some perennials on special. Just a select few. I'm going to show you a few of the perennials maybe. I haven't fully decided on all of those perennials. We have some big numbers in perennials, and those are the ones that we're going to try to get a deal going for you guys for next week, or this week. But anyway, here's your mums. The mums for 10 bucks. Look at these guys. I have had this mum in here for I don't know how many weeks, 3 weeks or more, and that thing is just so pretty. It's held its color for so long. I mean, $10 guys for these two. Throw them out here in the next couple weeks. It's going to cool off next week here, at least in North Carolina, and it's going to hold your mums. You'll just have to kind of protect them from the freeze and the frost if you have them outside under cover, you know, outside your porch or something like that. You would want to bring them in and to keep the frost off of them for next week. But violas, we've been talking about these a lot with our customers. This is the Color Max viola. Almost all of the violas in here are Color Max. This is buy one, get one free flat. How about that? Buy one, get one free. It's time to put these in your landscape. Creekside is going to be planting a lot of violas in our entrance beds as you come into the nursery. So this will be a great time to get these planted here in the south. Okay, so a lot of my new people that have moved down here into North Carolina that come from Michigan or up north somewhere, you know, Illinois, and they're accustomed to planting these in the spring. We plant these here now in the fall, get them well rooted. They start to color. They'll last us all the way through the winter and into the early spring. So a variety like Color Max, on the other hand, it's going to have a little more heat tolerance to it, which is going to be good for you come springtime. So it gives you more power for your buck because it's still going to be like an older style pansy you know, it's going to peter out as soon as it gets warm. This one's going to hold on, okay? So, and I have, I think we have several different pansies. I don't have all of those down here, but we're going to reload some tomorrow. But this is the Grandiola blotch mix. Now this is a pansy that they've bred in the heat tolerance. So it helps you early planting and for here in the South, later planting, okay? So just think about that. A lot of these plants I'm going to talk about, we're geared up for these last 2 weeks. So we're talking to our local customers, and the whole point of this is to get you inspired to want to get out in the garden with these plants. So when I'm talking about my plants, I'm really just talking about, you know, what really looks really pretty right now to get into your garden here in zone 7B, okay? Most of our plants, when we're looking at them, are hardy to zones 4 and 5 up to 9. There's only a select few of plants that we even have that are almost, I would say almost all of our stuff is at least to an 8. And then we have a few that go to a 9. And then there are most of them that can kind of come down to zones 4. I think this one might be a zone 4. You know, yeah. So zones 4, hardy, oh, zone 3. So really cold tolerant, but this is the one that I'm talking about for us. It's like a zone 7, 7B. So it's borderline for its heat tolerance here in the South. So that's the difference, you know. There's your little pretty tag, you know. But this is one that's selling really quick. So on the special, we're gonna start with, and there will be more here when you get here, but Midnight Masquerade. So last year we did some shipping, online shipping, and everyone was buying Midnight Masquerade. So we ended up with several hundreds of these that we were growing. But this, I talked about this plant last week. I mean, you can see the plant. I mean, it's still holding some pretty purple and green foliage. I think this would be so pretty in your garden right now, even though it does not have flowers.
Semi-evergreen.
Yeah, so you know, semi-evergreen, lots of flowers that come out of the top of in the spring. So this is going to be 50% off. So we're going to be rolling through some of those. Tried, true, and standard. We still have the mangaves. So this will be the time to get these still for regular price, because next year, when we close on the 19th, we're going to take these out of the court, okay, and then we're going to move them probably to like a gallon size like this. So it won't take long for that plant to turn into a gallon. So then now's the time for you to get them before we move them up into a gallon for next spring. So we'll do that once we close down, give everybody a chance to grab one of those. So right out front, we're gonna have to grab some new shrubs that we got in, okay? So this week we grabbed several different types of shrubs that Jenny had planted that lemony lace elderberry, I believe it was. So everyone got excited about it. So we had a local wholesale nursery, a big nursery that had some of those in stock. So we grabbed a few for you. Let me show them to you. So we placed them all out here, and I know it looks like it's full sun out here, but we're cooling off now. So we brought them all out here so everyone could see the multiple colors of how you could contrast these different shade plants. So this is the lemony lace here. So we wanted to highlight these, so we put them on our walkway up to the greenhouse so everyone could see them. So they're just, you know, most of the time we would keep something like this back in the pines. But pairs well, look at it. I talked about this one last week. Pairs well with Mahonia, Soft Caress. Pairs really well with that dark green foliage. We brought some of these in because last week I told you we only had like 3 of these left, right? So we were rolling. What is this one? Ruby Slippers, yeah. This old Ruby Slippers sneaking up on me. Look at it. Beautiful burgundy red color. this time of year. This is not like Gatsby Gal. So Gatsby Gal it's going to get a nice size to it, and so this one's going to be low in the garden. So just imagine if you had this right now in your garden, in the middle, on the middle-ish border, not in the tall spot, but kind of in the middle, just with some green colors like this elderberry, or the dark green color of the mahonia, or let's bring it down here. Come on down. Yeah, let's come down to the shrub area, because I like to confuse everyone, because we'll have plants down here too, because Proven Winner genetics, I mean, they're putting in stuff where a plant can go in the full sun and in the shade, right? So this is one of them, and I talked about Sprinter last week. Look at that. Red, burgundy, dark green. You can plant this in the shade. It's sun or shade. Very hardy. There's not going to be too many people out there that can't grow these.
Ruby Slippers is 3 to 3.5 feet tall.
Right. So if you wanted to keep like this guy right here, 2 foot tall, and this thing's going to get 3.5 foot tall or so, this would make a nice border. I mean, you plant this thing out. Boom, boom. Keeping them, of course, to be a little bit more spaced out, and then reaching out with pretty flowers, that dark green foliage popping up. Keep these guys 2 by 2. Let this come on up to about 3.5, 4 foot tall, and you've got this beautiful in your little nice little bed of a landscape, right? Another one right beside it. These need to be trimmed a little bit. This is the gem box from Proven Winners. This is zones 5 to 9, so this is one of those. It's a big piece of our USDA zone map from 5 to 9. Okay, so all of my folks that send us comments, you never show us anything in zone 9. Well, here we go. Okay, so you could put this guy in here, same thing. Okay, so this is a boxwood replacement. That's why they started really working on this plant years ago. Try to make it more dark green, small 2 by 2, pair well with these types of colors. That's really nice. This one here, now what I would do if I were to plant this today, I'm going to go ahead and plant it the way it looks. This is why I haven't done this yet, is it needs to be pruned. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till like February, and I'm going to come in here and I am going to destroy the top of this plant. Boom. Take it all out, then all of that's going to turn into really thick foliage, and we're going to try to get it to look more mounded, and we're going to try to make it look more round. It tends to want to do that, so it likes to be pruned a little bit. So you want to keep it at least one time a year, if not more, so that way it will stay thick and not have these long stems right here, which nobody likes. Okay. So I think, I hit the Lord. We got some more purple Daydream Loropetalum in. We were talking about Loropetalum last week, how there's so many different ones. This is like the same idea. You could pair with dark greens, but this is a good standard miniature Loropetalum from Southern Living. Super nice. I use a lot of these in the landscape. So these are here and ready to go. We did not talk about the abelias. Now, I love contrasting colors. Taking all this and pairing it well together. This is going to get wider. It's going to be about the same height, okay? But it's going to get wider.
The sun's not working with me. Here we go.
Camera work. So here we go. So nice and wide here, nice and wide, short, nice 2 by 2 here on this guy. So you could actually mix these if you didn't want like a solid hedge of, this is Abelia kaleidoscope. I am kind of curious. The zones on this thing, they get these things all mixed up. Yeah, so 6. So it'll go down to a 6. So everybody that's watching us in what, 4, 5, 3, all those guys, you cannot grow this one. Everybody from 6 up, you should be able to grow it. So we've got a few of the standards still left. I want to point this out because they are in a 7-gallon proven winter pot. It's a standard limelight. We are going to shift these out of the 7-gallon at the end of the 19th when we close, and they're going into 15 gallons. So we're going to grow them bigger, so you know what that means, okay? So let's take a look at one of these. They've all lost their leaves because we had that freeze, and there's nothing wrong with the plant. So come and grab these now. We can always take our clippers and come to them and cut them for you so you can see the green that's still in the plant, but you can feel it. It's nice. There you go. See it? Right there. So a rough cut, I just pinched it off, but I'll come back with my clippers, but you can see that the plant is still nice and green and healthy and wet. So we would just clean that up with our clippers, okay? So, yeah, ow. For my hot loving zones like us, what, 7 to 9 on Fairy Trail Bride? Yeah, 7 to 9. So my 9B folks, looking for something, this will be the one, the Fairy Trail Bride from Proven Winners. 3 foot, yeah, 4x4, something like that. It's a very, 4 foot tall and wide, so 4x4. Just a nice, rounded, first very cascading, hydrangea that's out there. I love it. So, I don't know, I'm thinking that kind of wraps up our plant tour today. So come check us out this week, Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 2, okay? And then the next week, same days, 9 to 2, and then that'll be November the 19th will be our last Saturday before the season, and then we'll be ready to go planting for you for the spring, and then we'll open back up in February. So once again, thank you for following us on our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you next time.